Sneako been asking for the Rollo smoke for a while now, and he finally got it. He finally got the Rollo smoke, because while Sneako and Destiny was doing Fresh and Fit, Rollo hopped in the comment section and hit the super chat, and he asked to tap in because he claims Sneako had been misrepresenting his point of telling men to give vasectomies to avoid having kids in their early teens or early 20s or until they're successful, right? Because Sneako had a big issue with this list that Rollo put out, and the list was, this is how you become a high-value man. Avoid having kids, get a vasectomy so you don't get trapped up and have a kid before you're ready, and then chase wealth, legacy build, go to school, build a network, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Sneako had a direct issue with Rollo telling men to give vasectomies, and so Rollo tapped in, and this is how it went. It got pretty heated.
So Monday, you guys were talking to Brandon Carter. One of the things that Brandon was talking about was you got to love money. You got to be on top of your game. And I love Brandon Carter, by the way. I think he should be a stand-up comedian. I mean, the guy is that funny. He's a great guy, right? But when you guys are on that show and you're talking to him, and he's talking about how he doesn't go to he doesn't go to Publix, doesn't go grocery shopping for himself. He doesn't go do his own laundry. He doesn't have a car. I mean, it's Brickle White, but he doesn't have like some basic stuff, because his philosophy in life is that anything that takes him away from his grind, anything that takes him away from anything that would distract him or that would be financially or mathematically not a pragmatic choice for him to make, as far as like if he's spending time going grocery shopping or going and getting food for himself or whatever else. I'm sure he's like into meal prep and everything else, but pretty much everything in his life is outsourced, because anything that he would be spending that time himself to go do, he could be losing money doing that at that time.
That's the worst advice ever. Probably the only thing worse than that is probably telling somebody to take a nail and shove it in their eyeball if they don't want to see holes. That's about it, bro. Right? But that's the worst advice ever. Outsourcing everything in your life is going to cost you more money than you just doing it yourself. If you just went grocery shopping for yourself, if you just drove yourself around, if you just picked out your own things, if you did things for yourself, that would take away having to outsource it and probably pay double or triple of what it actually costs. So I don't understand how outsourcing everything in your life, including the very minute task, helps you save money or helps you make more money. I don't even understand that.
So when I was listening to this, and I was thinking about this myself, because I was actually at the same time, I'm like, helping a friend move and all this. And I'm thinking about this. I'm going, you know what? If you want to be a high value man, if you want to get to that apex level as fast as you can, that's it. How is that not the best way to go about it? Okay. So the point of that whole tweet, which was basically a throwaway tweet that everyone started like snowballing into something else. I've got Ben Shapiro coming at me. I got Matt Walsh coming at me. I got Lauren Chen coming at me.
This is the tweet that he's referring to. It's the tweet that went viral. The tweet where he states the quickest path to becoming a high value man is do not get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s, lift consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strengths, build wealth, resist easing up on your focus. Now, a lot of people took some severe issues with number 3, which is vasectomy in your 20s, because they're treating vasectomies like it's a game. Like you can just get it done, right? And then there will be no type of consequence whatsoever, right? Listen, you can reverse a vasectomy at a very high rate, but a rate that a man would return back to being fertile again is almost like 30%. It's very rare.
Okay, that was not fucking advice. Everything that is on Twitter is not advice. Okay,
was that a joke?
No, it was not necessarily a joke, but it's like, let's just say it's a hypothetical. Okay, it's showing you. Now,
this is when all hell broke loose, because Rollo sort of relinquished his calm and like laid back demeanor, and he started going in on Sneako, started cussing him out. Like, it became really contentious really fast.
For just fucking 5 seconds, okay? This is no fucking joke here, because everything that's come out of both of you guys' mouth has been nothing but distraction and misdirection, because it's easy fucking clicks for you. So here's the whole thing. When I'm talking about get a vasectomy, or don't be concerned with...
I like when he's mad, his glasses get uneven on his nose, you see.
Let him finish. Okay. I'm really mad about this, bro.
Shall we?
Yo, this is bad. They're just roasting him at this point, bro. Like, yo, here's the thing, man. When you're engaged in verbal combat, the first person to get emotional loses. Like the first person to blatantly show that somebody's words is bothering you, you lose. Especially if you're in a field where you're teaching men to be uber masculine, maintain your masculine frame, always be in control of yourself, exercise discipline, and then you go on a debate and you're debating Sneako, who is probably half your age, and he says 2 or 3 words and you're so riled up and you're cussing and you're upset and you're stuttering, you're fumbling. This is unlike Rollo. Rollo really is out of his element right here. Like, he sounds like an utter buffoon right now. He's just babbling.
We keep going? Are we just going to have jokes thrown in here?
Really heated about this.
Is that what I get to? Is that what I get to do it? Okay, so here's the deal.
Go ahead.
When I'm talking about this, when I'm throwing this out there, why wouldn't you do that? Would you not have been more successful, Sneako, had you not had to go through certain things? If you had a kid right now,
advice or not?
You would be playing the game with a handicap. You would be playing the game with your fucking hands tied behind your back.
Okay, so Rollo,
there are guys right now who I have a lot of respect for, and I'm sure you have a lot of respect for as well, who all have kids, but you know what they try to do? Try to keep it under wraps.
Okay,
try
so
to make sure nobody knows about the fucking kids. Okay.
What is advice?
So first off, this is not fucking advice. Everything that is on my show or is on Twitter is not automatically advice. Now, but here's the thing. I know what you're going to say, because here's the deal. When I was on whatever podcast I was telling this, I was saying exactly the same thing here, is that everything that comes out of somebody's mouth on Instagram or on Twitter or on a YouTube, there's no way you can't go on there without somebody going, this is what these guys are saying to do. Because if you have this set automatically, that if it comes out of your mouth, it's automatically advice, it can't just be data. It can't just be statistics.
But this is clearly advice, though. The quickest path to becoming a high-value man, you're advising men on how to become high-value. Your whole platform is advising men on how to become high-value. That's your entire platform. So you're putting out a list on Twitter of how to become a high-value man, and then when confronted about it, you're saying, hey, listen, man, that's not advice, bro. Yo, it sounds like Rollo was on Twitter trolling, right? Throwing out some bait to go viral, right? Throwing out some bait to have people upset. And when people caught the bait and gave him backlash, and people is criticizing him for like this utter buffoon take, now he don't want to stand by it, and he's hiding behind, it's a joke. You're not a comedian, bro. And no, he didn't quite literally say it's a joke. But if you're saying, bro, I'm just tweeting, taking for what it is, it's not advice, then if it's not advice, it has to be a joke. It has to be entertainment, right? But you can't move like that. If your entire platform is teaching men how to be high value and how to, have the upper hand in female and male relationship dynamics, you tweeting a list like this would never be taken as meme-worthy, trolling, a joke. It's always going to be taken as advice by your followers.
Statistics. It can't be, nothing can be just delivered sort of like, here's some data for you to look at. Okay. Nothing can be set. Nothing can be given to you without somebody going, well, the reason why you're telling me this is because you're telling me that this is the best way to live my life. Okay. So when I'm watching Brendan Carter and I'm watching all this going on, and I'm looking at like guys that I know and guys that you know as well. And when these are the guys who are like saying, be on your game, do this, do that. They're the ones that are giving this advice. All I'm doing is saying, hey, look, maybe you should not focus on family. Maybe you should not get married. I mean, I don't know why that's big.
That's coming from somebody who has a family and is married, right? But I digress, though. The person who's married and having a family is telling you not to be married and have a family. Okay, I digress, though, right? So Rollo is essentially throwing the other dudes under the bus by saying, listen, they give advice. I'm just giving you the statistics. I'm just giving you the fastest way to become a quote-unquote high-value man. It's just the stats. Now, if you follow, you follow. You feel me? I'm not giving you advice. I'm not telling you that's the best path for you. I'm just telling you this is the course of action to become the high-value man, right? So they go back and forth disputing the list, and then they have a really weird interaction in regards to what a high-value man is, because Sneako asked Rollo what a high-value man is, and Rollo wouldn't commit to a definition, and he just kept circling around it, which I don't know why.
To become a high value man. I'm not saying this is the only way to become a high value man. I'm just saying that this is the fastest way to go and do something like that.
We've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
It doesn't matter.
Isn't it literally what you're talking about? That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
It's like grandpa telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
You tell me what a high value man is. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter what I'm going to say as a high value man. You guys are fucking
because it's your fucking tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say as a fucking high value man because everybody takes this. The point of the fucking tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a fucking high value man is.
That boy Rollo is drowning right now, bro. Rollo is drowning right now. Yo, and this is a lesson right here, bro. Like, don't just go to Twitter to troll. Especially like if you're known as a thought leader, you can't be trolling on Twitter. Because Rollo knows the minute he defines what a high value man is, that will contradict everything he's been saying. Rollo knows. You see, the 8-point he gives to become a high-value man is, quote-unquote, the quickest path to becoming a high-value man. But how can you give a list to obtain this but can't define what this is, right? If you're giving me 8 ways to become a high-value man, and then I ask you, okay, like, what's a high-value man? And how does these 8 ways help me achieve that? And you can define it, and you won't define it, and you're skirting around it, that just shows him, bro, that Rollo was on Twitter trolling, right? And people took his troll way too seriously.
If you're going to be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back, then what is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point. This whole discussion is the point of the fucking tweet.
You guys, the point of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you've gotten blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded, but you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to fucking walk back from it because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to fucking have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
Yes. You guys are fucking idiots. Why you guys come in here from fucking Twitch straight? Like, how you guys are legitimate in all of this? I don't know, because everything I've heard come out of you guys' mouth is just fucking confident ignorance.
I'm asking no, Myron. Okay, I'm not asking you like in terms of the debate. You call yourself the godfather of the red pill. You
call myself the godfather of the manosphere, okay? Other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very.
Do you understand?
Okay, so as
godfather or grandfather of the man, which one is it?
Whatever it is, the old guy of the manosphere. What is your definition of high value man? This is the #1 talked about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you. What is it?
You tell again. It depends on the person. It depends on the culture. Depends on the. So here's the thing. Let me tell you. Maybe I can explain this to you, Sneako, because at least you got your ears open here. The thing is that when we're talking about what's the top G, what's a high value guy, you probably haven't heard this because you don't read my stuff and you don't watch my shit. No. But I've also said this is like the red pill has to be for everybody, or it's for nobody. So if we're looking at a guy who's draped across a Lamborghini and he's got hot chicks with him, and we say that's what I'm aspiring to, but I'll never make that because I live in a fucking fishing village on the coast of Chile, right? That means I can never match that high apex of a high value guy.
The guy in the car?
But the guy who happens to live in those villages or happens to be in a different culture or in a different country or whatever else, he can still benefit from that because however he's defining himself as a high value man in his fishing village, maybe that's what he can aspire to.
It has nothing to do with Chile and the village in the car.
See, here's the thing: is you guys want me to say, okay, a high value man makes $100,000 a year. He's fucked 50 chicks. He's got that's the thing.
That's not what I want you to say. I disagree with that. I'm asking you because I come on this all the time.
Disagree with it. What I'm saying is the point of the tweet is so you will ask that question.
I'm past the tweet. I'm past that. Look, I'm asking as somebody who's really interested in the red pill. I listen to a lot of this content. I want to know what your definition is, because if you have a definition that's completely off of what I think it is, then I guess I'm not red pill.
Well, here's what I think guys ought to do. Would you like me to give you some prescriptions? Is that what we're trying for here?
No, I want to know your opinion of a high value man. What is it?
I think a high value man is whatever is contextually makes that guy a high value guy in whatever culture that he happens to be in. If that's money, that's money. Right now, that's what we tend to focus on right now. But if I'm going to say that,
value man is a guy that has the things that makes him a high value man.
That's
the things that make you a high value man. Okay, what is that?
They go back and forth for a while with no real resolution. Myron steps in, give his opinion in, and then Rollo hops off soon after. I'll be real. I'll probably say Sneako and Destiny walked away with this W. Rollo seems unprepared. He seems as if he was trying to walk it back, but just had too much pride to walk it back. He knows his tweet was idiotic. He knows the vasectomy statement was wild, but instead of just walking it back or just admitting, listen, bro, I was trolling at 2 a.m., bro. You feel me, man? Don't take that seriously. You feel me? Bro, I was just baiting for reactions. Instead of saying he was baiting for reactions, he wants to double down, and doubling down leaves him on an island where, like, even his friends, like Myron the Fresh, wants to defend him, but a caveat their defense of Rollo as whatever works for you. right? Listen to Rollo if that works for you. Let me know in the comment section, what y'all think about this, all right? Do you guys believe in this or not, right? And if you're still bored, check out this video right here, all right? I'm going to see you guys in this video. See y'all soon.